a material witness on an aggravated battery.
I'm Officer Smith with the Port Angeles Police Department. I've been with Port Angeles for 2 years now. I currently work patrol, and I'm one of our community-oriented police officers. So one of the things that helped start me off as a police officer was actually a women's climbing group that I helped start called PAPD Outdoor Women. I ended up meeting Chief Smith's wife while rock climbing, and that kind of catapulted my career in law enforcement. I originally signed up to be a dispatcher, and Kristen set up to have me ambushed by Sergeant Corey Malone and Chief Smith, and now here I am working as a cop. So during my time with the Port Angeles Police Department, I've worked with the Girl Scouts, I've done a 5K run with Girls on the Run, I've worked heavily with drug and addiction, just to kind of be an advocate for people in the community, as well as be a role model for young women and children as well. So one of the favorite things that I've done in the past few years is working with the Girl Scouts. I've helped them earn a couple of badges, including the Special Agent badge and their Detective badges. This year, when we were working on the Detective badge, we did fingerprinting, we learned about tools to identify people, and we also did some quests where we escaped locked rooms using an app, and those were some of my favorite, getting to know the girls, tools and stuff of that nature. So one of the reasons why I work so hard with Girl Scouts and young women is 3 years ago, this month we'll be celebrating the 3-year anniversary of PAPD Outdoor Women, which is a group that I helped find. And to this day, we have about 40,000 members. And we first started the group on the principle of helping educate women about the outdoors and being safe and providing a community for them. And those are things that I want to teach young women, girls, and just the community about policing. So I try to step in and do as much as I can and be a personable cop, because these are things that I didn't see when I was a kid. I couldn't tell you the last time I met a cop and I got to hang out with a cop and what they did for me. So it's important that I leave those impressions on the girls that I work with, or just the people that I work with in general. So one of the things that I've been working on this year is assisting people with drug and addiction and homelessness, which tends to be a large problem, not just in Port Angeles, but just in the US or in the world today. And one of the things that we at PAPD try to do is we try and find as much resources as we can to give to people. And a lot of people start to feel burnt out, just the general public start to feel burnt out that there isn't enough resources. And one of the things that I find myself to be good at is trying to help people find whatever resource they need that might be a little bit more open. Because usually when people are looking for resources, they're looking for housing, they're looking for a job, they're looking for clean treatment, or they're looking for AA or something like that. So being able to help people get into whatever resource is more available or more open to them is important. So we've been working with programs like Amy Miller at Rediscovery and VMO, Viola Ware at Serenity House, and if things aren't immediately available, we continue to help try and get resources moving, or we keep trying to prompt people to get in line for housing or for treatment. And it can be difficult and it can be a duration of time, but one of the things that I know I try and harp on is that we're going to be here either way, whether you're clean, sober, whatever it is that you need, we'll keep trying to be an advocate for you. All I need you to do is ask me or tell me that you need help. And I think that's the same for a lot of issues that we see, including mental health. Is if you need help, we're always going to be here. You can always call us, and I will always gladly step in, whether you relapse or you're working on it or you want help. You can always call me. You can always call anybody in the PD, and we will be there to try and assist you. So as a newer cop in Port Angeles, I can tell you that this community has been one of the most supportive communities that I've ever been a part of, and I honestly couldn't imagine being a cop anywhere else but Port Angeles. And I want the community to recognize that we try really hard to work with these programs and try and listen to everybody's complaints. And sometimes it can be hard. It can be hard on the community. It can be hard on us officers to kind of mesh together. But what's important is listening to each other and trying to figure out what we can offer other people. And whether that's going to Girl Scout meetings or meeting people and taking them to whatever resource they need, like VMO or to the Housing Resource Authority. There's so many options that we can do to step up as a community to help each other, and that's just not as a police officer, that's just as a person in general. and we can all reach out to other people and see what issues it is that they have going and see what resources we can help them with. Those are one of the things that I learned from the mountaineering community, is that there's always some sort of resource available, and it might not be immediately available, but you can always work to getting something going. And Port Angeles is a great community to work on that and work on the resources that we have and make things more available.